In the twilight of antiquity, when the gods still whispered in the ears of men and the mighty city of Rome stood as the epicenter of the known world, a story unfolded that would echo through the corridors of time. It was an age of glory, of towering achievements, but also an era of decadence and internal strife. This is the tale of the fall of Rome, a saga of power, betrayal, and the inexorable passage of empires. The Golden Age. The year was 117 AD, and Rome was at the zenith of its power. The Pax Romana, a period of relative peace that had endured for 2 centuries, had allowed the city to flourish in unparalleled splendor. Its streets were adorned with marble statues and majestic temples, a testament to the might of the Roman Empire. The emperors, in their gilded palaces, ruled with an iron fist, and the legions, disciplined and invincible, guarded the frontiers. In the heart of this empire stood Emperor Trajan, a man whose ambition matched the grandeur of Rome itself. Under his leadership, Rome expanded its borders to their farthest reaches, from the misty highlands of Caledonia to the burning deserts of Mesopotamia. The treasury overflowed with the spoils of conquest, and the people reveled in the opulence that their once humble city now possessed. Yet, in the shadows, there lingered a sense of foreboding. The wealth pouring into Rome did not bridge the growing divide between the opulent aristocracy and the impoverished masses. The Roman Senate, once a hallowed institution, became a den of corruption, with senators plotting against each other in a ruthless pursuit of power. The seeds of discord had been sown, and as the city basked in its golden age, the first cracks began to appear. The embers of discontent. As the years passed, Trajan's successor, Hadrian, faced challenges that would test the resilience of the Roman Empire. The frontiers were secure, but within the city walls, a discontented murmuring spread like wildfire. The plebeians, burdened by heavy taxes and crushed by the weight of their poverty, began to yearn for change. It was during Hadrian's reign that a charismatic senator named Lucius Cassius emerged as the voice of the disenfranchised. He spoke of equality, justice, and a return to the virtuous republic of old. His impassioned speeches resonated with the common folk, and soon a movement known as the populares gained momentum. The Senate, fearing the rise of this populist sentiment, responded with repression, but it only fueled the flames of rebellion. The once united empire now stood divided between the aristocratic optimates and the populist populares. Civil unrest became a constant companion in the streets of Rome, with protests and clashes erupting with increasing frequency. Hadrian, caught between the conflicting forces, struggled to maintain control. The eclipsed throne. As Hadrian's reign drew to a close, a cloud of uncertainty hung over Rome. His successor, Antoninus Pius, faced the Herculean task of quelling the internal strife that threatened to tear the empire apart. The plebeians, emboldened by their newfound voice, demanded reforms, while the aristocracy clung to their privileges, viewing any concession as a threat to their status. Antoninus Pius, known for his wisdom and statesmanship, attempted to strike a delicate balance. He enacted some reforms to appease the masses, but they were mere palliatives that did little to address the underlying issues. The once mighty Roman Senate, paralyzed by infighting, failed to provide the leadership the empire so desperately needed. It was in this atmosphere of political paralysis that a new threat emerged from the east. The Parthian Empire, long a rival of Rome, saw an opportunity to exploit the internal divisions and struck at the eastern provinces. The legions, once the invincible bulwark of Rome, now faced a formidable foe on multiple fronts. As the borders crumbled, the internal strife intensified. The once proud city of Rome, now a cauldron of political intrigue and social unrest, teetered on the brink of collapse. The final act. As the crisis deepened, the Roman Empire found itself in the hands of Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher-emperor thrust into the crucible of history. His reign was marked by a desperate struggle to save Rome from both internal decay and external threats. The Germanic tribes pressed upon the northern frontiers, the Parthians advanced in the east, and within the city, the struggle between the classes reached a fever pitch. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher in the face of adversity, grappled with the immense challenges that confronted him. His meditations reveal a man burdened by the weight of leadership, torn between duty to the empire and a desire for a more just society. The Senate, a mere shadow of its former self, offered little support, and the once unassailable legions suffered defeats that seemed inconceivable in the heyday of Roman military might. In the final years of Marcus Aurelius's reign, a new and formidable enemy emerged from the steppes of Central Asia, the Huns. Swift and ferocious, they swept across the eastern frontiers, laying waste to everything in their path. Rome, once the mistress of the world, now faced the prospect of being overrun by a relentless tide of invaders. The twilight of gods. The fall of Rome was not a sudden cataclysmic event, but a gradual unraveling of the tapestry of empire. The Huns, unstoppable in their advance, sacked city after city, sending shockwaves through the heart of the empire. The once prosperous provinces fell into chaos, and the legions, stretched thin and demoralized, struggled to stem the tide. In 476 AD, the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. The grandeur of Rome, which had stood for over a millennium, crumbled like the walls of Troy. The city that had once been the center of the civilized world now lay in ruins, its streets haunted by the ghosts of an empire that had once defined the course of human history. As the last echoes of Roman glory faded, Europe entered the tumultuous period known as the Dark Ages. The fall of Rome marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in the annals of humanity. Yet even in its decline, Rome left an indelible imprint on the Western world. Its laws, language, and culture persisted, shaping the foundations of the medieval kingdoms that would rise from the ashes of the once mighty empire. The fall of Rome serves as a poignant reminder of the impermanence of worldly power. It teaches us that even the mightiest empires are subject to the inexorable forces of change and decay. In the ruins of Rome, we find not only a cautionary tale, but also a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. For, as the city crumbled, it gave birth to new civilizations, and from its ashes rose the phoenix of a transformed world. The fall of Rome was not the end, but a transition, a turning point in the epic saga of human history, where one chapter closed and another began. If you enjoyed this video, please do well to like it and subscribe to the channel. I'll stay right here until the next one.